Hey, what's up, everybody? If you guys are coming in, please do me a favor, smash the thumbs up button. We already have 20 people watching. Let's hit the thumbs up button. We're a little short-handed tonight, man. I thought about canceling it, but no. Austinator came in. He's helping out with a little substitute duty. Danny's got family stuff doing. Adam's taking care of his.
Hold up. So you're saying that me and you wouldn't be able to hold the fort?
No, I think we
You're
could
saying
have.
I'm not interested
No,
enough. You have to bring reinforcements.
That's not what I said at all.
I'm fucking with you, man. I'm just fucking with you.
No, it's not what I said at all. I actually think we could have held down the fort pretty well, but I figured, let's have a third person in here just in case. Because when me and Danny used to do it by ourselves, every once in a while there'll be like a little bit of awkward silence. But if we have a third person, hopefully that third person breaks the awkward silence. I mean, I don't have Adam's kid here to growl to break that silence, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I just keep. I'm sorry, it was easy to go to.
I have the next best thing. I don't know.
No, I don't think you'll have the next best thing. So yeah, Danny had family stuff going on. Adam had family stuff going on. Even Storm Nation, there's no Storm Nation tonight because both Strike and Rome have family things going on. No one, for some reason, everybody else who has the mega tier member don't use it. So, plus my wife has the flu, so I'm trying to take care of her and stay away from her at the same time. I don't need to get sick because it's Final Fantasy week coming up here. So yeah.
So you throw her the food, you leave it at the door.
I mean, I check on her, and like after I checked on her, I quickly go wash my hands and start popping pills. No, you're not getting me.
Because immune system.
Yeah, because I requested Thursday and Friday off a month ago because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out this week. So I'm like, I cannot get sick this week. I cannot get sick on Final Fantasy week. I've been waiting 4 years for this shit. So yeah, I'm trying to you're the only one in the house that has it. So that shit's gonna spread like wildfire. So I'm just trying to, yeah. But
yeah, sanitize.
We'll be able to. And to be honest with you, another reason why I brought Austinator in because there wasn't a whole lot of stuff to talk about this week. News was very, very slow. We had the Borderlands trailer. We had the Last Airbender series.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, really. I believe.
I know.
I thought about canceling the show tonight, but I'm like, no, I don't want to cancel the show. And I was just like, man, what the hell are we gonna talk about? Right. I guess we can talk about Dune because I got a super chat that says, "Hey, everyone, who's excited for Dune Part 2?" I am.
Actually. I'm gonna rewatch Dune, the first one, this week. Get myself ready.
When did Dune come out?
It's this week.
Yeah. This week. Damn, I can't see it next week. That's Final Fantasy week.
You're gonna have to sacrifice and watch it, man.
It's
only 3 hours? I don't know how long.
That's the problem. It's like 3.5 hours, man. I love the first one. I thought the first one was phenomenal. I love every movie that Denis Villeneuve makes. But man, you mean I gotta stop for 4 hours to go see a movie?
2 hours and 46 minutes.
Yeah, but by the time you drive there and then you get the trailers, it's gonna be like a 5-hour trip. Oh, damn. Oh, look at DJ. We can't hear you. He brought his equipment and everything. That dude was set up.
He's like, I want to make sure I can come on live. That's a clean hotel room. I see you're not.
I know, right?
Yeah,
got some good lighting, man. I tried streaming in hotels before. The lighting's awful, absolutely awful.
Depends on the hotel room you're renting.
I usually try to get decent hotels.
Oh man. Yeah, that's when you're talking about nothing to talk to, man. That's what I noticed last week with our show. We didn't have much training to talk about, dragging on the Madam Web thing, dragging on other topics just to talk about it, right? But yeah, I hear you.
I'm not gonna lie, Gaskar. I usually go to your channel, see what your main topic was on Wednesday. Really? And usually recycle them for my show. And I went out there and I'm like, man, what did Gaskar talk about this Wednesday? And I was like, oh man, he didn't really have much on his topics. Crap.
And it shows on my views too, right? Like the
Yeah.
previous show, I had like 100 and something. This one I had like 40. It's 41. And I think
Yeah.
DJ who restreamed it had like 30 something views of it too. So it's like, huh?
It's
Hey,
just
it
one of
is what it
those.
is.
It's
Yeah.
one of those. It's one of those slow weeks, man.
Mm, yeah.
Madam Web is doing absolutely awful.
Oh,
Um,
trash.
has anybody have you followed the Chris Duckman stuff that's been going on?
Is
I
that the
can't hear
guy
you,
who
Austin. Oh man, everybody's having mic problems,
Oh,
bro.
sorry, I was on mute the entire time. Oh my.
I
Yes,
thought you were
I've been
like
following it,
miming.
yeah.
Yeah.
So were you saying so yeah, that's the guy that apparently he does reviews and said he wasn't gonna review it because
Yeah.
everybody's hating on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Adam, I didn't like I'm a subscriber to Chris Duckman, but I don't watch all of his stuff. It has to be something I'm interested in. I'm not interested in Madam Web, so I didn't watch his Madam Web video.
Right.
But Adam reposted it defending Chris Duckman. So I'm like, okay, let me see what's going on here. Here's my problem. This is a problem I've been having with Chris Duckman for a while, for at least a few years now. Chris Duckman, you know, hey, props to the guy, man. He started the right way, became massive successful, was able to take his money that he made off of YouTube and his platform, and he was able to recycle it into his hobby and make movies, right? He was making, I think it was called Shady Oaks or something. It was his horror movie that he was making. But when he did that, he came out and said, I'm no longer going to review movies because I feel like making a movie, I can't be critical to other people's movies, you know? Hey, that's a fair stance to have.
Sure.
You know, okay, if you're a movie maker, you shouldn't criticize other movie makers. I can understand having that stance, and bravo to him. But he continued to review movies after that.
Yeah.
So then when it comes to a movie that's bad, look, I watched his video last night. I went through, watched it. Everything he said, I 100% agree with everything he said. But with that also said, that doesn't mean that we do not have the right to criticize a movie for being bad, right? Because he talks about, oh, you can clearly see that the studio didn't care about this movie. They just did it to keep the license. You know, they've done it in the past. They you know, they make the writers do this, the writers do this. And here's the thing, and I seen Adam say this too, and it kind of bothers me. Like when the writer strikes and stuff was going on, everybody was like, "Oh, woe is the writers, woe is this," right? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, no one cares about the dude at Walmart that stocks eggs that gets screwed out making $14 an hour. No one cares about the people paving the roads and doing all this stuff, right? If you don't like your job, find a new job, right? If these writers are being treated so badly and these studios don't care about the writers don't have to continue writing. They can go find a new profession. That's the stance I have, because I seen Adam like, oh man, these writers get screwed at this and this and this. Like they take their script and they ruin it, blah, blah, blah. Once you sign up to work on a studio film, you have to do whatever. Like if I worked at Walmart, regardless if my manager was an idiot or not, and 99% of them were fucking morons, I had to do what they told me to do, even when I knew it was wrong. Like the week, here's a perfect example. I was at Walmart for 18 years. The week of Thanksgiving of 2021, week of Thanksgiving 2021, I was the department manager of dairy. I was the only one in my department. Everybody called in or everybody requested off. I was the only one 2 days before Thanksgiving. I was the only one there. My support manager came up to me and said, I need you to go out and zone. Zone means make it look nice, you know, pull all the
facing.
I said, sir, there's no milk or eggs on the floor. I'm like, it is 2 days before Thanksgiving. We need to get product out for the customers. What's more important, zoning when we have no items to zone, or getting these items out to my you know, customers? He goes, I told you to go do that. Okay, I went to do it. A few days later, I quit. That was the fine. After 18 years, I had enough of it. Because Walmart was run by stupid people that don't know the first thing about business, right? Yeah. Now, if a writer is writing for a studio you have to take what, if you want to be a writer, you have to take what they give you. Right? If you really want to write, you have to take what they give you. If you don't like it, go find another job.
Or
that's my stance on it. But like, I mean, Gaskar, give me your thoughts on it overall. I'm pretty sure you had shitty jobs with shitty managers, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, but the thing is that what you're saying, I can vaguely talk about like the same thing with me, right? I've been 22 years managing employees and stuff like that, and they're unionized. That's the thing. They're unionized, right? So a lot of times they complain about things, but like I tell them, like I can only do X amount, right? They expect special treatment, but I can't give that special treatment because they're unionized. So I have to be across the board. So when I follow those rules that are in the union, right, to a T, people get pissed off and they look at me, well, I'm not happy. I'm like, well, if you're not happy, door's right there.
Yeah.
And that's the way it goes. Like, I'm making, guys are making $25 an hour, man. It's just like,
yeah,
I don't know. If you're not happy with it, try going else. And you know, if you don't like your environment, move out. But that's the thing with those, with writing, the writers, and the studios and stuff like that. You have to, you know well ahead of time what studio you're going into and what you expect, right? Because they have what's that called? They have, oh my god,
agents.
Not agents, but they have a reputation, right? Certain studios have a reputation in which they're known for doing, right? Certain producers and stuff like that. But if you agree to go into that studio and be with that producer, you know what might happen.
Yes.
Right?
We hear you.
Yeah, we heard you, man. So yeah, but like I saw someone in the chat say, why would shitty movies get a pass and being able to be critiqued? If you're a movie critic, a person that, you know, reviews movies, bad or good, you can. It's your right to give you whatever opinion you want.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna say this like one more second to get this off my fucking chest. You know what it is today? Everybody's are fucking pussies and sensitive to everybody else's fucking opinion. There's no backbone. There's no balls. Take the criticism. If you can't take the criticism, shut the fuck up and do something else. That's what it is.
Yeah,
everything good with my audio now? Y'all good?
Oh yeah, you're crystal clear.
I had to do a driver update and restart everything. So.
Let me get to this super chat and I'll get to my next point. This comes from Right Dude. What's up, Rob? Throwing a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. How will studios, writers, and directors learn if there's no criticism? If the only way for them to improve, exactly.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't understand why we're not allowed to criticize. That's so. If it's concrete criticism, what's the problem with it?
To me, and I wish Adam was on here today because I really want to call Adam out on a lot of.
I missed that part about the argument that they were making against criticizing movies.
Well, so Chris Stuckman did a video. You know who Chris Stuckman is?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He did a video. He didn't review Madam Web, but he has in the thumbnail and he says we need to talk about this. And in the video, he says, "Look, I'm not going to talk about how bad this movie is because there's tons of people on YouTube that talked about how bad this is. I'm just going to tell you from my perspective." He goes in about how writers get screwed over by the studio because the studio makes, mandates them to do certain things, and they get new time to directors that they can just push around, and we get bad movies because of it, and we shouldn't pile on with the criticism and all this stuff. And I agree with everything in this video. Like, yes, I agree that studios pushes new time directors around. Like when Fan Force that came down, dude, they were pushing Josh Trank everywhere. That poor guy couldn't do shit, man. They were filming scenes when he wasn't even on set, right? I agree with all that. But at the same time, we can't sit there and pick and choose favorites of what we're going to criticize and what we're not.
Yeah,
and that was sort of the thing I was trying to make Adam's, because Adam came out in defense of Chris Stuckman. And that's fine to have that because Adam, he has a degree in writing, so he's very passionate about writing, right? But at the same time, the same stance I have with the writer's strike. If you don't like it and you feel like you're being treated unfair, find a new fucking job. Because there are people out there doing actual real hard labor, real hard work to get fucked over every single day, and no one gives two shits about them. But just because
even that said, the writer's strike and they're fighting for their, what their rights they want for. That's fine, whatever. It still doesn't excuse the fact that we can criticize a bad movie.
Yeah.
A bad movie is still a bad movie. So I don't care what, it's. I know the writers get screwed over. That's still be it, but still, it's still a bad movie.
Yeah.
And so what's the thing when they make good movies? So it's the same conditions. They're making good movies. They're making bad movies. So,
and like Adam said, I only, I do this because, only negative stuff gets the views, and all this stuff. And that's fine. Like, I get that. I used to do all kinds of negative reviews because people want to hear me rant about shit. But you need to keep that same energy. Okay, you don't want to rant on this. You feel it's wrong to rant on this because these people got fucked over. Okay, then I don't want to hear you say shit about the Justice League no more. Okay? Because Josh Whedon got fucked over too. They fired Zack Snyder. Josh Whedon got brought in at the last second, and he had an impossible task trying to come after Zack Snyder, knowing the hate he's going to get, and try to fix the abysmal mess that the studio made. Yet everybody shits on this guy all day long. If you're gonna keep that energy for everything. Yeah. And that's what I wish Adam was here tonight, because I want to tell him that. Now, Adam came out and said, well, Rob, you got a lot of negative hate when you like Dragon Ball Evolution, and I came to your defense. Yes, and I appreciate that. But that was, I was liking a movie when everybody was hating a movie. This is this guy refusing to review a movie and try to tell people about everything that goes on, but you don't keep that. I'll look it up myself. I'm gonna go look and see if Chris Stuckman did a review on Justice League and see what he said about that. You need to keep the same fucking energy. That's the thing. Like, if you're gonna take that moral stance, it's the same thing in the video game industry. When Capcom got leaked and Microsoft got leaked, all these journalists covered all of it. But as soon as the Insomniac got leaked, oh no, we're drawing the line in the sand. We're not covering these leaks.
It's the picking favorites parts.
Yeah.
That's the big studios dishing out money to keep people shut up and quiet, right? Or push those bots and getting their critics' reviews up and pushing their movies. I mean,
there's one thing to hate watch stuff and just hate it. But if people are actually doing constructive criticism about a movie, I have no problem with that.
Right.
There's a difference. What he's saying is like, oh, we can't touch this because it's a bad movie and the writers didn't get a good shake at it. I don't care. It's still a bad movie. I can criticize a bad movie. They've been writing when they had good conditions, they still made bad movies, and vice versa. When they had bad conditions, they made good movies. So what's the difference?
Go ahead, Austin.
It would be like me going to a drive-thru, ordering a cheeseburger, not getting cheese on my burger, and not being able to criticize or tell them I didn't get cheese on my burger. I do understand what Chris Stuckman's trying to say, but at the same time, you have to criticize things. It would be me saying, because I like video games, so I'll use this as an example. It's like me saying, oh, I'm not going to review Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League because, it's not good, but I have to understand, like, oh, all these developers made the game, and I understand the process. But you still have to criticize it, because if you don't criticize something, that gives them the green light to keep making bad products.
Hey, hold on, I'll get to it in a second. Let me just get to the super chat from Right Dude. He threw in another $5 super chat. Thank you so much. If the internet didn't criticize the original design of the Sonic's original design,
that's a prime example right there.
Yeah,
that's a perfect example. Perfect example.
Yep, 100%.
That is true.
And so you may or may not notice, but there's not a lot of content on my channel anymore, right? And one of the reasons why there's not a lot of content on my channel, because about a year ago, I made a stance on myself that I don't want to constantly have negativity on my channel, right? Because I used to just go in and fuck this, fuck that movie sucks, fuck this is woke, blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't happy with myself. So I try to focus on my gaming channel, playing games that I like, reviewing games, or if there is something I want to talk about, I'll talk about it. Me and Austinator has a wrestling podcast on Fridays, talking about positive stuff. Yeah, every once in a while, negative things does come out. But I personally made a choice. If I don't want to go see a movie, I'm not going to go see a movie.
Yep.
Right? If I think this movie's going to suck and I'm not going to like it, then I'm personally not going to go see that movie. So I can't review it or do anything like that. if these people feel this strongly about it, don't see the movie.
Yeah.
If you're not going to review it, don't review it. Don't make a video saying you're not going to review it. That don't make no sense.
Exactly.
You know?
I'm not going to see it. And I haven't made any kind of videos on this movie at all.
Yeah, I haven't made a box office video on it. I haven't made any type of video other than the stream that we talked about it. And, and another thing that bothers me about his statement is not all the time, but maybe about 8 or 9 times out of 10, movies that do suck is because of studio interference or problem. So you need to do that for all these movies. Then he should never have another negative review on his channel ever again.
Exactly, because if the writers,
because what he said, absolutely,
yeah.
That's another thing about Madam Web, right? Apparently, that movie had so many rewrites and so many scenes cut out of that movie and ideas that I'm curious to see what the original script was. Like what?
Yeah,
I really am. I really
like.
am.
I heard.
would like
I heard
to see what
May
really
Parker was supposed to be like a main character through the whole movie, and they were supposed to be protecting the pregnant May Parker. I heard that was. I think.
Right.
Yeah,
really?
but like
that would have been more interesting.
Yeah, but like Stuckman said, the studio, they knew a Madam Web movie wasn't going to make money. They did it because a lot of these studios, in order to keep these characters licensed,
they have to make
they have to make it or use a movie.
Use it or lose it kind of thing.
I saw something go by. I didn't read it. I don't know if it was a video or an article about Marvel Studios might be able to sue Sony to get the rights because of what they did in Madam Web. I don't know what that was about. Did you guys see it? Yeah,
I saw about that.
Yeah, I saw. I don't know if it was a video. Fuck, man. Let me check it out. I don't know if it was a video or an article.
I mean, it could be possible. It's
to take the rights. Yeah.
The Chris Stuckman thing, though, it just sounds weird coming from him because I've seen his fan 4-stick review and he was saying how much he hated it, and then didn't he have like a series where he was covering like bad films too? So. Well, now it's suddenly we're not allowed to criticize bad movies. Like, no, I just can't buy it.
It's just contradicting in itself.
Yeah, it was a video.
You know,
it was a video by another YouTuber that came out.
It's like you said, Rob. If we let this slide with the bad movies, we're going to just continue to get bad movies.
Yeah,
you know,
because. If we don't criticize it, then Sony's going to keep making more bad films, and other studios will make bad films.
And
like
criticism.
If we don't criticize it, we're going to get a Morbius 2. Morbius 2. It's Morbid Time Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
So they have to make. Sony has to make Spider-Man movies every 5 years to avoid losing their rights.
Well, they did the same thing with Fantastic Four in the early 90s.
Yeah,
that's why that one was never released, and they just kind of made it.
Yeah.
So that's what they say here. They said that they almost lost their rights right before Spider-Man 3, but Marvel gave them an extension in return for merchandising rights. That's crazy. That is insane, my friend.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but.
Well, remember back when the whole thing with the Tom Holland Spider-Man, when Sony was like threatening we're going to take him back after the success of Civil War or the first Spider-Man movie, and then they were like, "We can't do this. Marvel take him back." You know, it's like, and it's still showing they can't do it. They can't do it.
They can't. I mean, it's showing.
So
in
let
the
someone
Sony
who can
universe.
handle it. Yes, let someone who can handle Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's showing in these Sony universe films that they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, they may say like, "Oh, we have this plan," and I go, "No, you don't.
No, you don't. You're getting
Stop
lucky.
Lying.
You got lucky with in the Spider-Verse. Everybody loved that movie. You know.
Their animation's on point.
And Marvel took your 3 Spider-Mans and made them relevant again.
Yeah,
you know. So
yeah. You know what happened, guys? It shows that they're trying to bring women heroes into this any way possible in any shape.
I have no problem with women heroes.
But the thing is that nobody cares about these, and the women are not going to support.
You're picking the wrong. You're picking the wrong characters
and the wrong timing.
That should have been a character to the Madam
and
Web.
the wrong time and the wrong time as well. Scarlett Johansson should have had her movie way before she got her movie.
Yeah,
way before.
God, it's Jake. I haven't seen Jake in forever.
Welcome back, Jake.
Jake doing a $5 super chat. You think Last of Us 2 won Game of the Year because the voters really liked it? It won because they didn't like how much the fans hated it. I believe that.
I would believe it.
I didn't play Last of Us 2. It was one of those games I put my foot down. I'm like, no, you did this to this. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not buying this game. Like, people say it's good, like Adam says it's good, and okay, but not me. I'm not. To me, they lied to the fans. It wasn't because what they did in the game. I'm going to be clear on that. It's not what they did in the game. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't played the game.
How they did,
but in the trailers, they clearly show these characters together. And then let's just say one of them characters aren't in the game.
Yeah.
Right. And not only so they mislead everybody. And then when the leaks come out, people that even talked about it, like didn't even show footage, just talked about it. Naughty Dog went and suspended their channels. So these are people that live off of YouTube, revenue. They got their channel strike down because they talked about it. I lost all respect for Naughty Dog.
They didn't reveal no secrets. They just talked about the negative part of it.
Yeah.
Now, however,
it's like Morbius when they all the Spider-Man stuff they showed in the trailer, and then not a mention of them.
Unfortunately, yeah, I agree. However, we can no longer criticize any bad content because one guy said so.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
One guy.
Yep. One guy broke through.
Yeah.
One guy always does.
He got ridiculed for that. It was all over social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
So ridiculed for that. It was like, shut your mouth.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't mind him like I said, I listened to his video. I think Chris Stuckman is a very smart individual, and I agree with everything he said. But you just need to keep that same energy for everything. That's just
the only thing. Positive reviews from here on. I'm not hearing a negative thing come out his mouth.
Hell no. Like Craven better have glowing fucking reviews coming from that guy.
Award winning for him,
you better give it a 25 out of 10.
Yeah,
best
movie ever.
I expect Craven to do better than Madam Web, but it's still
so do I.
It's still
it's gonna bomb, but it's gonna do better than Madam Web.
Yeah.
Apparently, Sony. This is coming from Justin Monty. He threw in a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Justin. Apparently, Sony is trying to rush Marvel Studios to release Spider-Man 4 by 2025 and just make it another multiverse movie because they're
desperate. They're desperate.
Yeah,
they are. So the reason why we haven't got any production on Spider-Man 4 yet is because Marvel wants to make it more grounded. Sony wants to bring back the Tom or
they missed
Toby
their chance
and
already.
Andrew.
They missed their chance already.
Yeah, they did.
They had their chance right after the multiverse movie, and they should have gave Garfield his third movie, and that could have been their way to. You could even brought Venom. You could even brought Venom into it to make it, connect everything if you wanted to. But they missed their opportunity.
Dropped the ball.
They dropped the ball.
They saw those dollar signs with Far or No Way Home. They saw those dollar signs and they're like, "Oh, we need." See that's the problem with Sony. Once something works, they try to
milk the hell out of it.
Shit out of it. And if you watch the end of that movie, it doesn't make any sense to bring the other ones back anymore because now he's back. He's grounded now. He lost everything.
You basically had a reset button for Spider-Man, and he missed the opportunity.
Yep. Reset on Tom Holland. Could have got the other ones, their movie, tied into the animation series because they already did kind of tie in the MCU to it with the Prowler, right?
Prowler, yep.
And I don't know what the fuck they did.
Then you could bring Miles into it down the road.
Yeah.
I mean, they missed their opportunity.
Absolutely.
They're gonna keep fucking around, and Tom Holland's gonna be like, you know what? I just don't want to come back and do this.
Yeah. Then what are we gonna do?
Which would have surprised me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They already fucked him over in Uncharted.
He's getting older.
Yeah.
We were talking about Uncharted.
Yeah, because Sony did Uncharted too, and Tom Holland was in that, and that movie bombed like horribly. That movie was awful. Yeah. That wasn't even Uncharted, man. They had a 5-second scene toward the end of the movie was the only thing that felt like Uncharted, and that's when he got the fucking the hip guns thing, the holsters, yeah, and they started playing like a little bit of the Uncharted music. That was the only thing Uncharted about that damn movie. Jake doing Jake coming back with a vengeance. Jake's like, I haven't been here in long, but damn. Jake said the voters saw the controversy and doubled down. Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, here's the thing though. The video game awards, they don't really mean shit.
Yeah, they don't.
Like all that thing is nothing but like to show you new games that are coming out.
Yeah.
Like they don't even give the presenters time to talk.
Yeah.
Like they come back from a commercial and they're like, "Oh yeah, the following winners won these awards." Blah 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 blah.
Like, next game premiering this week. It's like this.
Yeah. And now we got a world premiere. You know,
I could spray paint a plastic cup yellow, and then I could just scribble it award on that plastic cup, and that would be more prestigious than a video game award.
The fucking creators of Baldur's Gate, they won best game of the year, right? They got up there and they started talking about how their friend died, and they were getting emotional. They cut him off like, y'all got to get the fuck off the stage.
We got to promote this next game.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Hideo Kojima had like 20 minutes to talk about this mysterious game that's really like a move. Like, the game awards are trash. If you want real game awards, you need to follow like the other websites that do their own game awards. Like those are the legit stuff, man.
Yeah.
Quincy, great man, dude. Everybody's coming back tonight. What the hell? What's up, Quincy? Thank you for the $5 super chat. To be honest, doesn't matter if the movie is good or bad. Decision of a movie is its box office. I seen bad movie. I think he says I seen bad movies make money and good movies bomb. Oh, that happens all the time. You see fantastic movies bomb at the box office, and then you got like Transformers make $1 billion.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that become like called classics, and then they come back and they make their revenue through buying them off, physical media or streaming and stuff like that. So yeah. So you're dead right.
There was people when I was streaming before back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, when I would talk about movies that are really good, and they're like, "Oh yeah, how come it only made $20 million and bombed at the box office?" I'm like, "Because people are stupid; they didn't go see it."
It's not a big flash. It's not a big flashy movie. That's what it is.
People complain all the time. Oh, there's no originality in Hollywood. Everything's either sequels or reboots. That's not true. It's just all the original movies nobody goes and sees.
Yeah.
Like that movie coming out. What was it, Monkey Man?
Yeah.
Like that movie looks awesome. Let's see how much money it makes.
It's like the version of John Wick to me.
Yeah.
Yes, beta. It is a John Wick movie.
It looks badass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
it looks freaking awesome. We watched that on the show, remember? That looks like a wicked freaking trailer.
Like you said, like that movie, The Creator. I thought that was going to do good in the theaters.
I like that movie.
I like it. It's not the best movie in the world. It has its flaws in it, but it's still a good movie overall.
Yeah, I liked it overall. I mean, I watched it on Hulu. I didn't go see it in theaters. Yeah. To be fair, there's very few movies that make me go to the theaters nowadays anyway. You know?
It's been a minute since I've actually been to a theater.
Yeah. The last time I went to a theater, I think I saw that Sydney Sweeney movie, Anyone But You, I think it was called.
The comedy, wasn't it? The romantic comedy?
Yeah. She's most of it. Yeah, that one. Yeah. I'm not going to see Madam Web. Fuck Madam Web.
I think the last one I saw on theater was Godzilla -1.
That was what I saw last before that. I saw that twice.
Movie I saw -1.
That's the one I wanted to see, and it got pulled before I went to see it.
Dude, I wish they would put that bitch on VOD, man. I would drop $30 on it right now. Yeah. Put it on VOD.
I want it to come out physical. I want to buy it when it comes out physical.
Yeah. Have you watched the latest episode of Halo?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I thought, for the most part, it was a good episode. The main problem is they took the armor out completely. Yeah. There's no more armor.
Yeah.
What the hell? We went from. I will go back to him not having the helmet now.
They're like, you don't need the armor.
Wow.
Yeah, they stole Oni stole his armor and shit. So.
It makes no sense. And I'm trying to watch that show not as an actual Halo fan, but it's like that is the whole embodiment of a Spartan. They're basically aren't a Spartan without the armor, So
yeah,
it's not a Mandalorian.
I thought the fighting on the street scenes were really cool. The action was good. I didn't like how Keys died. I thought that was that
Spoiler
bothered
alert.
me.
Spoilers, bro. Spoilers.
Sorry, spoilers. You haven't seen it, so it doesn't make
No,
Halo.
I have seen it. Well, yeah, I thought it was a little early for him to die anyway.
at least
but
get the Halo. I mean,
yeah, especially since he's basically Captain Keys and Sergeant Major Johnson as one.
insane,
You know, because
yeah.
Johnson's not in the
I
show.
wish this would have been episode where we saw even like him point to a Marine and say Johnson or something like that. Just like he's he's probably my favorite character throughout the whole games and everything, even in the books. So I'm actually reading Starry Night over again right now. So
yeah, I mean, I really liked this last episode. I thought it was really good. I sat there and like, man, they just took all of his armor away.
that was my one gripe for the whole episode. I'm like, they really took the armor.
But I sat there and I'm going like, man, hey, look, as long as the writing is good and the action is good, because dude, when Master Chief was fighting when Master Chief was fighting that elite with the sword, and Master Chief pulled that sword, dude, I said, "Oh, shit's about to go down." And then that other elite stopped him, and then the elite cut his head off. I was like, "Fuck!" And then that fucking jackal shot homeboy with the needler.
Yes,
or no, he didn't shoot him with the needler. He stuck it in him.
Spoilers. The whole episode's being told right now.
I didn't say who did what though.
Yeah, he picked it up and shot, and he pulled it out and put it back in him.
Yeah, and that bitch blew up. Like,
I will say, the weapons look really good. Like, they did a good job designing the weapons on there. The audio's kind of off. I'll show you some of the game audio for the weapons,
yeah.
But it's just generic gunfire. But the Wraith looked good, I thought.
The Scorpion looked good. Like, all that stuff.
Yeah, all was good.
Really good.
Visually, the show's amazing. I love the way it's shot. There's just some things in the story writing that kind of irked me a little bit.
Yeah.
I was hoping Kai would have came back with the armor for them.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing I think is going to happen next episode.
But see, here's the thing, though. During the events of Halo Reach, Master Chief wasn't even there anyway.
Yes, he was on Reach.
He was he? Because
the Fall of Reach, because he gets Cortana on the Pillar of Autumn, because that's why in the Fall of Reach.
But he was in Cairo. He was frozen. He was in
when they jumped from Reach. So remember in the Fall of Reach game, what's the guy he play? He's trying to get Cortana to the Pillar of Autumn. Noble 6. He's trying to get Cortana to the Pillar of Autumn.
Yeah.
Chief, if you go back and read the Fall of Reach, him and Blue Team are actually on Reach fighting. And they get separated, and that's how he ends up on the Pillar of Autumn by himself with Captain Keys.
Okay, so I thought he was in the state of,
No, they jump. In the crowd, So
but I mean, hey man, I'm liking it. So, and yes, I did
Spartan
see
3s are going to be coming in the next episode. So
Spartan 3,
it was too early, I think. So, but that's Ackerman's pet project.
Dude, I do not like the new Cortana design. She looks fugly as hell, man.
No.
Fugly, man. Fugly.
How do you feel about the one character, McKay, whatever her name is?
McKay.
Yeah. The
little Latina girl?
The one that's aligned with the Covenant.
I hate her. The one that took took Master Chief's virginity card?
Yeah.
Fuck her.
At least we got rid of Quan.
She's still there too.
Yeah, but she's back on Rebel. They took swords off the Rebel, so hope we won't see no more Quan stories. But I like the Corporal Perez person. I like her character.
Yeah.
So
it's just what like I watched.
I'm trying to be positive, but it's like part of me is like, no, it's not good.
I'm so tired of this Quan character. I was like, yeah, I agree with him, man.
How does she come back being John Wick all of a sudden?
I don't know, bro.
Because she was a little snot-nosed teenager doing drugs in the first season. Now she can take down.
It's Hollywood, man.
Yeah,
women can do anything. Look at Ray Skywalker.
Instant master.
By the way, I did watch The Last Airbender. I just want to throw that out there. Yes, I did.
I haven't finished it yet. I'm playing this week. I've been traveling, so it's been kind of hard. I watched the first episode. I thought it was good. There's some changes, but I'm okay with it so far.
Yeah, I seen my boy Andrew like, I still prefer the original. I'm like, well, yeah, we all prefer the original. But
we knew it wasn't going to be word for word, scene by scene. They're going to change some things,
Yeah, as long as they keep the major story beats, that's all that matters. Because I think the first season was like 20 episodes.
Yeah, you got 8 to do all that.
Yeah, and they're hour-long episodes. But after I finished it, I went back and watched the season finale of season 1 of the cartoon.
Mhm.
And dude, it's almost shot for shot, like exactly. And I'm like, I like it a lot. Now I haven't watched the animated series in like 8 years. It was I don't have like Dragon Ball
It's not
Z.
fresh in your mind.
Yeah. Well, like Dragon Ball Z, I know everything about Dragon Ball Z. I know where everything should be and whatnot like that. Avatar, I watched it years ago. I binged it all, watched Legend of Korra, and then that was it. You know? So to me, if I was able to hit the beats and they hit everything, and they did a lot of great stuff. I'm not gonna spoil it, but they did stuff that the first season didn't even do. Like they really like dived into the Fire Lord, the backstory with the Fire Lord, his sister, and all that stuff. And that was really, really cool.
I like how to me, it's a little more violent than
it's really violent.
Because when they attacked the air temple in the first episode, because they didn't really dive that much into the actual attack of the air temple in the first season of the anime season. They went into the attack on this episode. It is brutal. It is brutal.
Yeah, the Fire Nation is like Nazis, bro. Like they're just going around
scorch
slaughtering people.
Meaning, really, they don't care.
Justin Monty threw in a $5 super chat. Regardless how we feel about the live action Avatar series, at least it's better than the Shyamalan movie.
The first 10 minutes was better than the intro was better than the freaking.
As long as they don't take like 10 minutes to do something to move a rock.
They did more earthbending in that first scene than they did an entire in my Shyamalan movie when it took 20 earthbenders to move a pebble. This man was moving, doing all kind of stuff with earthbending. I was like, that's earthbending right there.
Man, my biggest nitpick is I don't like the guy they got to play Sokka.
I like him. I think
I just don't think he's funny enough because Sokka was hilarious.
Yeah, but they kind of changed Sokka. He was kind of sexist a little bit.
I don't know, bro. Homeboy was a player in this shit, bro. he was a player in this shit, man. Like he was hitting up with the Goshi Warrior chick.
Okay,
in the one episode,
Goshi?
Yeah,
the Goshi Warriors, whatever.
Yeah, one chick. And by the way, when she took off her makeup, that bitch was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, damn, hit that Sokka. And then like he's all like knee deep into the water princess. I'm like, this dude is just like sticking his shit everywhere, man.
Well, maybe he needs to get tested.
It's just leeches.
Justin Monty said, I thought the actors in the series did a solid job. I think they did good too. The Sokka guy. I think Zuko, the actor who plays Zuko, stole the series. Like he was phenomenal. Him and Iroh. Oh my god!
Uncle Iroh, he's a favorite character. So, and that's the guy that from he's from
Mandalorian.
And what's that other show? Convenience Store, Kim Convenience Store, whatever. Kim Convenience, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a good actor.
Oh yeah, I wish Danny was here for this. I wanted to break his heart. The Shang-Chi directors are doing a live-action Naruto because Danny always kept saying he wanted the Shang-Chi directors to do a live-action Dragon Ball, and they're like, "We're gonna go do Naruto."
The arch enemy.
Yeah, Naruto Naruto is more. You could do Naruto in live action a lot easier than you could do Dragon Ball.
It's more martial arts
grounded. Yeah.
I mean, they have the special powers and stuff, but it's you do a shadow clone,
not as over the top.
They don't take 20 minutes
for a screaming fight. Powering up.
I mean, Naruto can turn into like a giant nine-tailed fox and giant frog and all this
shadow
shit.
Clones and all.
Yeah, they got shadow clones, but for the most part, it's all martial arts based. Whereas Dragon Ball, you got like creatures like Frieza and Cell and Boo,
Piccolo,
and it's just it's just weird. And then a guy with 3 eyes for some reason, But I wonder if they're gonna show that sexy jutsu though.
Ooh.
They're like, no, we can't show that. Can't show sexy jutsu.
Can't show sexy women. Period.
Nope.
Look what they did to Rogue in the cartoon.
They took her ass and tits away. Her greatest assets they took away.
This is absolutely ridiculous and unacceptable.
Here's the thing that bothers me.
Was stopped over.
Here's the thing that bothers me. I mentioned this last week. you got Disney and video games are doing this too. Like North American video game developers. You look at like Horizon, Aloy looks like a dude. The new Fable game, chick looks like a dude. All these chicks look like dudes now, right? Dude, and then you got you got Stellar Blade, which is a Japanese made game, and this chick is like gorgeous. Like she's dressed in like latex, long legs, perfect ass.
Japanese man.
Right. Japanese man, everything about them. But here's the thing I don't understand. Why is America so quick to censor any kind of sex appeal? And then like 5 seconds later, you just click on Instagram, you got some girl shaking her ass in your face. Like it's everywhere.
OnlyFans,
but that's art. Apparently shaking your ass down on camera. That's art.
I think it's really weird. Like Mortal Kombat, the company responsible for the game code, right? For like the ratings and all that, the company, they're doing it. All their characters are all fully covered up and everything now. Like before, like Melina used to run around in a G-string. Yeah. Now she's like covered up and she's got pants and shit. And I know there's people out there going, why do you care so much about a cartoon character's sex appeal? If I'm playing a game, I want to see a little TNA when I'm playing a fucking game. but at the same time,
baby.
The same time though, you want to have sex sells. If you go to a comic store, right, and you have a comic book with like Vampirella on it, and then a comic with a chick with a mustache on it, which one are you gonna pick up? The
Vampirella. I remember the first time I saw that comic book, I was like, "Ooh, what's that?"
Dude, there's so many comics I bought just for the cover. And that's how I learned about them.
Remember Jim Lee did a swimsuit edition for his characters?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was freaking hot, man.
There's comic book artists out there like J. Scott Campbell, and he makes a living just drawing sexy pinups of characters. Like he does Spider-Gwen, Mary Jane, all that. Like I met the guy, I got his autographs. I got his pictures up on my wall. Like he's got like Belle and lingerie and shit like that. I just don't understand why corporations are trying to censor that, because you go back and look at comic books in the 90s, like you said, they had the X-Men swimsuit issue. I don't know, it's crazy.
I saw someone talk about it. It was like, so they'll censor the women, but they'll still have all the men shirtless with big old bulging muscles showing their manly features, but they take away from the women.
How do you know they're a man? Why are you misgendering them right now?
Oh my God, that's another thing too, right? God. Because we're objectifying women. That's what it's all about, right? The few people, it's the few groups that have a loud voice that try to.
We're objectifying women, but you go to the nearest gym and see how many women and what they're wearing and how they got a cell phone posted up taking videos of them while they're working.
God forbid you glance their way.
Oh yeah, you're a pig. If you do.
Prime example, my gym, right? So you walk into my gym, the first thing you see is Stairmasters. Literally right there, Stairmasters. Ass is facing. You go to the men's locker room. They put in front of the stretching area, right in front of the door for the men's room. So like you walk out, you're like, I don't want to be a creep. It's like,
but does your gym allow the cell phones now? A lot of gyms are
mine still has it too.
My gym
banning them.
My gym's not that bad, and for most part, everybody's respect. Yeah. I haven't seen no incidents where
there should be a rule.
No, it's not because of the incidents. Yeah. It's about the women that are doing videos and shit and like holding up machines because they're too busy freaking doing their videos.
Everybody in my gym, they're all right with it. They're not bad with it, And they're like, hey man, I'm sorry, they're apologetic about it. So I don't mind that. It's the ones that are like, oh, this is my space. It's not your space. We're a public gym.
It's a public gym.
Whip it out, piss on the equipment, marking the territory.
At my gym, there's only one stomach machine, right? Stomach crunch machine. And I'm sitting there waiting for it. And this one girl gets on there and she has a ring light with her phone and she puts it right in front. And I'm sitting there thinking like, look, girl, I have two of us. Which one needs this machine more? Okay. Stop filming videos. You obviously don't need this machine. Okay. I can see your abs. You don't need this machine. Stop trying to film videos and let the fat guy. Fat people should have priority over every machine in this fucking place.
No,
I say they should have a scale before every machine, and whoever is heaviest has to takes a little bit off.
Yes. Special privilege for fat people. Joey threw a $2 super chat. Did you hear about the Tifa controversy? No, I did not.
No.
But please enlighten me. Please
yeah, I
enlighten me.
saw someone talking about that. I didn't dive into it. Oh, I saw it on
Her boobs are not big enough.
And I was like, I'm not gonna watch that video.
Who did a video on it?
So I had alert that Tyrone Magnus did a video, but he's been getting on my nerves a lot lately, so I haven't been watching a lot of his content because he just like the whole negative thing about everything is just kind of like I'm tired of people always every video you have is some negative controversy. Like
I stopped following him a while back too.
Yeah. I used to be a big fan of him, but I've kind of like just like not anymore.
Yeah.
There was about Danny's in house. There was about like 5 or 6 YouTube creators that I stopped following because of the negativity stuff. Tyrone Magnus was one of them.
Tyrone Magnus was negative?
Yeah, I think
some of his stuff, man, it's just way.
He kind of the one that kind of the latest one that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way was when he was like X-Men went woke. I'm like they've always been woke. Like they've been woke since they were created. Like,
because they know what the hot words are.
Yeah,
and they try to hit that algorithm, you know. Justin Monty threw in a $5 super chat. I will say I'm curious how the live action Avatar series would have been if the creators of the original series never left due to creative differences. Well,
we'll never know.
We'll never know.
I only watched the first 2 episodes, and I think it's fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. I love that series. Yeah. Like it's so good.
Yep.
They look at the Fire Lord. He looked a little older than what I remember in the cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
But the sun and the Waterbender and Aang, they're right on spot. I hadn't seen the little blind Earthbender. Is she gonna be in there?
She's not only she's gonna be in this season.
No, she comes in season 2 anyway.
Yeah, book 2.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah, book
Toph,
2.
I love Toph. Toph is my favorite character.
She's my favorite character.
Yeah.
So I just hope, because here's my fear. Netflix, they don't normally do, like, it's very rare they do like season 2s, right? Like Yu Yu Hakusho's not gonna get a season 2. Cowboy Bebop's not going to get a season 2.
They did Daredevil. They did all.
Like that, but that's because of Marvel. So I'm talking about like the anime adaptations.
One Piece is getting a season 2 because One Piece was very successful.
Yeah,
and so this is probably their second most successful so far, I think. Far as
it
was a big gamble on this one. This has a big following, so
I don't know what if how the people are liking it or not. Because I haven't really talked to
nobody. Criticizing are mad because it's not a 1-for-1. That's the big complaint. I'm like, I wasn't expecting to be a 1-for-1.
Right. If you're gonna do like adaptations,
like exactly the way the first one was, like word for word, scene for scene.
Oh, gotcha.
No kind of don't change anything.
It's fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics gave it a 60%. Audience gave it a 75.
Okay.
That audience score is more important than the critic score.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the thing is with the adaptations of like anime or like cartoons or just animated stuff in general, it's very difficult to be note for note because some series will go for 20 episodes, whereas with the live action shows now they're gonna try and aim for like 10, 8 episodes.
And you gotta condense all that into
But see, they did 8 1-hour episodes for Avatar, and that's perfect because the first season was 20 episodes. Each episode was 20 minutes. So that's around 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
This was about 8 hours. So it had almost the same length. And like I said, they hit all the important things.
Yeah. They took all the filler episodes basically, little side quests they went on and stuff like that.
Dude, they had the cabbage guy, and that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. Danny, let me get to the super chat real quick. Then I'll get with Danny. Joey said people are mad because Tifa's wearing a bikini.
Oh,
people, they need to fuck off. They seriously do. I need to see Tifa in a G-string.
Who is Tifa?
She's from Final Fantasy. It's a video game character. So, Danny, Shang-Chi directors are making an anime movie. It's not Dragon Ball. It's Naruto.
What?
So they heard your plea. They're like, hey, this Danny guy wants us to do an anime movie. They're like, what about that Naruto? Let's go do that.
I know nothing about Naruto. I heard he's a badass and I heard he's good, but I just don't see any of the That no, let me change it. I don't see that particular anime being more popular than Dragon Ball in my mind.
It's got a big following.
I know it does, but my grandson
What, the
watched.
big
I'm
three
like,
they
bro,
call it. The big three.
I just don't think, based on what I've seen from Naruto, and I could be wrong. I don't know his power set. I don't see him beat Vegeta or Goku.
No, I don't think so.
It's two different things, though.
Yeah.
But they got on like a different sword.
He can beat Master Roshi, though.
I'm thinking about Bleach, though. Bleach and Naruto get me. Bleach is one with the big sword, right?
Yeah, Bleach is the guy with the big sword. Naruto is the dude with the blonde hair that does the.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Noodles.
Yeah, always eating the noodles.
Justin Monty's on fire today.
I know he is, man. He's just like boom, boom, boom. Justin Monty doing find out a fun fact: the cabbage guy was actually played by the same guy who voiced him in the original animated series. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I fist bumped when the cabbage guy showed up. My wife looked at me like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Because as soon as he showed up, I'm like, "Ah!" And she's like,
It's a running joke in the series.
Yeah, it was funny at the end of that episode too. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's hilarious too. I'm like, yeah, yes, cabbage guy. I'm just ready for season 2. I hope it doesn't take like 3 years to get it either. You know?
Yeah.
Aang is gonna be like 18 years old. What the fuck happened to this guy?
Well, I wouldn't mind them doing live action. You seen that? Any of y'all watch the Blue Eye Samurai? I know guys for this.
That's
awesome. I haven't watched it.
It's already it's confirmed for season 2.
Yeah, well, they got to. She got 2 more guys to catch her.
Man.
So have y'all seen that?
She might be a female version of Black Samurai.
Have y'all seen that new show, Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
I heard it was good.
No.
Yeah,
I haven't watched the
one who's playing
one.
Jane. She's the one who voices the Blue Eye Samurai.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. I've watched 3 episodes of it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
And that's the one with
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Are you gonna watch Shogunin next week, Danny?
Shogun?
Yeah.
That's a new samurai show.
Yeah, it's
that
coming
one
out
looks
on.
good. That one
It looks
good.
awesome.
Yeah,
It's gonna be on Hulu.
Yeah,
It's got the dude that played Scorpion in the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
He's the main character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like him. He's
Yeah.
one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, and he
Did
also
they-
played
every
by
time-
Wolverine.
Every time I go to the theater, they show that trailer. I'm like, man, I can't wait for it. I think it comes out on the 28th of February or something.
It's on Hulu, you said, or in the theaters?
Hulu.
It says FX.
It's a
It's
series.
a series.
Hey,
It says
guys,
FX.
I
and it says
gotta
Hulu.
go. I gotta go. Y'all have a good one.
All right, DJ, take it easy.
Later.
Yeah, it says FX, but it also says Hulu next to it. But yeah, like I'm super looking forward to that show.
Looks good.
Shogun looks hot as fuck. Man.
I'm ready for them to bring House of the Dragon back.
Yes, me too, man.
You need to watch Game of Thrones, Danny. Damn.
No, I don't, because House of the Dragon is good. I'm good where I'm at.
Game of Thrones is better, bro.
I don't know.
The little bit of stuff they did in House of Dragons, they do that and a million times more in Game of Thrones. You just got to give it a shot, man. This whole
dragons.
See, you want me to go to coke when I'm perfectly good with weed. I'm good with this weed right
Here's
now.
the thing. No. Here's what I'm
I
saying.
would talk about soft drinks, Danny.
What? No, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you have a lot of time until House of Dragons season 2 comes out. You can spare that time by watching Game of
I
Thrones.
tried the first season and I'm like,
the first season is very, very hard to get through.
Yeah.
Because
the
they
first 4 episodes.
Can I skip get to the second season and still get the gist of it? I gotta watch the first season.
You can, but something really big happens at the end of the first season, and it kind of sets up everything that happens.
I tried that first season like 3 or 4 times. And I did like, oh my god.
No, I'm right there with you because I remember when I got into Game of Thrones, everybody was talking about it. I'm like, what the hell is this Game of Thrones? So I bought season 1 on DVD. Season 3 was getting ready to premiere. So I watched season 1. I'm like, man, this ain't really all that great. Then I got to the end with Ned Stark. I'm not gonna say what happens, and I was like, shit, I got to see what happens. And then I went out and bought season 2. Binge season 2, and I was ready for season 3. But you have like all this time from now until House of Dragon comes out. Just watch it.
I'll try it.
Season 1 is hard to get through. I'll tell you, it's very, very hard to get through. But once you get to like the end of season 1, it hits the ground rolling, and everything that happens it amplifies each and every time. When you think shit couldn't get any more crazy, it goes beyond crazy.
And I'm telling you, House of Dragon, I was hooked like the first episode. I was like, man, this little girl is hell. And then
It was like me and Danny were the only ones talking about it. Remember?
yeah, like, and then she messed with the uncle, and the uncle he hell. Oh, I'm like, man, Doctor Who ain't playing.
Yeah. That's gonna
Doctor Who. No, I like House of Dragons. I can't wait for it. I love Game of Thrones.
I want to see because I know they're gonna go after them hard for killing their son. Yeah, I can't wait to see that, boy.
Oh yeah, total out freaking war.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I blame that woman, man, because she had a chance to kill all them suckers when she pop up with that dragon and didn't do it. She should have take out the whole family.
Yeah,
they're supposed to have a Jon Snow show coming out too.
Yes,
I can't wait for that. That's the thing I'm waiting for.
To retcon the end of season 8. That
dude, everybody hates that season. I love that season, man. I love that season, man. Like people give that shit so much crap. My only complaint that I will agree with people on is it did feel rushed, right? Because seasons 1 through 6, it literally takes people a whole season to get from point A to point B, right? But in season 8, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna show up in Winterfell and only gonna take like half an episode, you know. Then we're gonna go to King's Landing and we'll be back there in the next episode. So yeah, it is really fast paced. But I don't want to say nothing in case Danny does end up watching it. But when that one character turns, everybody's like, oh, that's crazy. How does she turn? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, if you guys followed the show, because last year I watched it again with my wife because she never seen it. And the whole series, she's like, that person's evil. That person's psycho. That person's psycho. And she's watching it like all back to back with me.
Yeah.
So when that happened in season 8, she was like, yeah, I knew she was nuts. I'm like, that's what I said. She was burning people the entire time.
So a lady that can control the dragons and stuff?
No, Danny. I'm not saying no more.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely give it a shot, man. If you ain't got nothing to do, you're waiting for House of Dragons, just it's on HBO Max, man. Pirate ship. It's the only time I would condone you to pirate ship something. Pirate ship.
He has a pirate ship. He has that. He has
Apollo TV, bro.
Thing. Yeah.
It's not pirate. I pay for that, but I'm not pirating nothing. Not on my computer.
I don't do that.
That was a Herculean effort to get rid of all that mess. It was
bing, bing, bing. That's what happened to my old computer. That's why I don't. I have a rule for this computer in here. I have a rule: no porn, no piracy, no games.
Notice how porn was the first thing.
Yeah, no,
hey,
no porn.
Porn is on here.
I don't do nothing on here but YouTube and my other job I work for. That is it. Can I use no?
I knew someone that had a laptop specifically just for porn.
Wow.
I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
I was like, why are these keys sticky?
That's too much dedication there, bro. You gonna buy a laptop just for that sole purpose?
It was an old laptop this guy had. He's like, oh, that's my porn laptop.
Just introduce him to the MetaQuest VR, man. That could be a new porn machine.
Wow.
You get him that with one of those automatic flashlights and some Vaseline or something. He's good to go for a while.
No chafing.
All right, guys. I guess we'll call it a night, man. I guess we'll call it a night.
I'm gonna watch my cooking show now. Oh yeah.
Watch your cooking show?
Man, Tournament of Champions.
Oh, okay.
No,
I thought it was like
chefs in the world. Man, they're playing for $150,000.
I could use $150,000
just to cook one meal. Okay, I'll do that.
Man said this boring computer. This is my work computer, bro. This is my work computer. I don't put bad stuff on my work computer. Also, tomorrow, me and Austin is probably going to be reviewing Elimination Chamber. So that's going to be fun because that pay-per-view fucking sucked. I don't know how you feel, Austinator. But
I'll let you know once I finish it later tonight because I started it yesterday and then I had to go somewhere and then I forgot all about it.
Yeah. Well, There's only 4 matches, and the women's elimination chamber match was the best match, and it was predictable as hell.
All the entire show was predictable.
And then I won't say
the goth. She's the only one that looks pretty interesting to me.
Rhea Ripley. I felt so like I don't want to spoil because you haven't watched it all, Austinator. I'll just say Rhea Ripley carried that damn match.
Oh no, I
because
wouldn't.
Nia Jax was messing up everything.
She was
so
yeah.
If I was to go back and watch it full time, I would definitely keep my eye on Rhea because from the clips I've seen, I was like, man, she got it. She got it. Bro.
Oh, she's a bad SOB.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Austinator, where can the people find you if they can find you?
On my channel where I do things very rarely. I'm on Guy Scar's show on Wednesdays. Typically, I'm everywhere. You can find me also on Robert Storm's channel for Off the Top Rope, and I'll be here tomorrow discussing the bland Elimination Chamber. Yeah, I'm just here. Rob, thanks for having me on.
No problem. Thank you for coming in, substituting. Guy Scar, where can the people find you, sir?
Come find me here every Sunday at 7 and on my show at 8 p.m. The Basco Scenario for the Hangout with Danny and Austinator.
Cool beans. Danny, where can the people find you, sir?
Family here on Sundays at 7 on Guy Scar show on Wednesdays. Tomorrow, well, usually on Mondays. The first 3 Mondays we do our show, but thank goodness it's like the 4 Mondays we're gonna take a break. Then tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find me on the Road to Wisdom on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So thank you. Sorry I was late, but I was coming in from good old ATL.
No problem, man. What's ATL mean?
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta. Okay. Sorry, I'm stupid. I had a blonde moment there. And DJ's not here, but you can find him over at the Token Black Guy. So go check him out over there, and I will check you guys all out next week. Peace out, guys. Later.